Hi, I'm Nancy. Welcome to my channel, Running with Scissors. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Today's video, I'm going to show you a few notions and sewing supplies that I bought in non-conventional stores. Stay tuned. Okay, I thought I'd go through a few things that I bought for my sewing room that I didn't buy at your conventional places, your sewing centers or sewing stores. The first thing I want to show you, I bought at a Lowe's. And I bought this several months ago, and I've been using it for quite a while right now. And I bet you, many of you have already been doing this. I store it in my little mug that's got my name on it. I'm sure many of you have already been doing this. But I bought a bunch of washers, these big heavy washers from Lowe's. They're about 45 cents a piece. So you can get a couple of them for less than $1. And they're nice and heavy. I have 11 of them. I would have had more, but the time I bought them, this is all they had, and I just bought them up. I need to go back and maybe buy a few more. But these are really great for putting down on your patterns, especially if you are sewing a fabric that you don't want to stick with your pins. And they work great. You just lay them around on your pattern, and they hold down your pattern while you either cut or use your rotary cutter. Now, I've noticed that some people have taken these and they've taken some scrap fabric and covered them and made them really pretty. But I like them just the way they are. They're nice and easy to use. And not only that, but they fit right in my cup. And that's how I store them. I store them in my little Nancy cup. So if you've used these before, let me know. They really do come in handy, and they're very inexpensive. Now, the other thing I bought over at Lowe's Hardware, I've had for a few months as well, and it really works great. It's actually made for people to store nuts and bolts and nails and whatnot in your garage. Actually, the back of it, I'll show you, there's spots for you to hang it if you want to. So, I bought this, and I have this sitting directly behind my sewing machine, and it has everything I need. Up here, I've got sewing machine feet. Everything I need for sewing machine feet. And it slides back in. Then this one, I've got my foot for making buttonholes. And the little foot to put the buttons on. I've got my twin needles, the little twin needle thingy that you put on to put that second spool on. This foot actually goes on my serger if I want to gather anything. So anyway, going down here, let's see, what else do I have? I've got, that foot actually goes on my brother as well if I want to use the embroidery part of it. Down here, I've got some bias binding. Oh, down here I've got the little Dress-A-Girl labels. Over here, I've got some of my tools. Like here's my screwdriver that I use if you need to change something on your machine, either change the needle, or sometimes some of the feet have to be changed that way. Down here, I've got some buttons, and I've got some buttons up here too. I've got ribbon over here. Here I've got some bias binding, some extra pins and needles. And here I've got my bias binding makers, the different sizes. And then at the bottom, I've got some more bias binding and just some odds and ends. And it really works out really well. I have it right behind my sewing machine. If I need something, I just reach back and grab it. So I've had this a few months, and I can tell you I really enjoy this. I do have a few empty spots. They do make some others that may not have as many of the smaller ones, because realize when you have the smaller ones, it's hard to find things that might fit. But if you look at either at your Lowe's or if you have a Home Depot, you might find something similar to this, or any hardware store might have something like this that you could use in your sewing room. So those are two things I got from Lowe's that I've had for a few months, and I really, really like them a lot. Okay, let's move this over out of the way. Now, I went over to my Dollar Tree. Of course, we know it's $1.25, and some things are more than $1.25. And we'll show you a few things I bought from there. The first thing I bought, when I was walking around the store, the minute I saw it, I knew exactly what I wanted it for. Little basket. I have my clips in it. Just the perfect size for my clips. Now, I've got large clips and small clips. Now, the smaller clips came in this little box right here, and I'm going to hang on to this box and put it in the drawer, because if I go into my sew-ins on Saturday, I don't want to try and take this if I need them. I'll just put a handful of the clips in here, and that way I can take some clips with me. So I hung on to that. But around here in the room, why, I think that's just a really cute idea. So I bought that. And then another thing I have, let me bring it over. I left the price on it so you could see it. It's a vanity organizer, and it costs $3. So I just left the tag so you could see. And this is what I'm going to have sitting right by my machine, right on the right side. I've got my pins. I've got two of these. One I sit right on my cutting table, and I have one that sits right next to my machine. And then I've got my snips. I've got a couple pairs of readers. Sometimes if you have to put the thread through the eye of the needle, you kind of need a little more help. I actually bought this special just for the sewing room. So if I do need to thread a needle, it's easier to hold the thread and put it through than with your fingers. I've got my bodkin. Get that out, my bodkin. Got a couple of gauges. Got some seam rippers. Use those a lot. Got a little tape measure. And right here I've got kind of a large eye needle and a needle threader in here. And this is what I use when I'm on my serger. And you know how you have to tuck those tails in? I use this large eye needle and my needle threader to tuck in my tails from my serger. So I'm going to have this sit right next to my sewing machine. And these are the things I use the most often. And that way I won't lose anything. Okay. Now I did find another little organizer. Now I haven't put anything in it yet because I haven't decided what to do with it yet. It's a rotating bath organizer, and it was $5. And I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with it yet. But I went ahead and got it because I know it would come in handy at some point. And plus I'm going to show you that this might be something you might be interested in to put things. I mean, it could be thread, spools of thread, just anything that you could think of you would need to have close by. So I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do with that yet. So, but I wanted to show that to you. Another thing I bought at the Dollar Tree, I bought this tray. Let me just show you the tray by itself. It's just a little plastic tray. And you know, sometimes when you have things sitting around, they just look nicer on a tray. Instead of having just sitting around, you put them on a tray, and it just seems like it organizes them. And so I've got some tissues. Now I didn't make this tissue cover. I actually won this box of tissues as a prize in Bunko. And see, it's nice for fall. And I put that there. I've got this little grandmothers are a blessing from above. I've got this little figurine. I love it because it's a nurse. There's the N, but it's also N for Nancy. So I put that on it. And just for fun, I just put one of those little tape measures on it. And then you can just set that somewhere. It looks kind of nice. But anything can be put on it. Sewing supplies, anything you have. But that's something that's in, and that was only $1.25. Okay. Another thing I bought was these hooks. These are removable hooks. I don't think they're Command. They're like Command, but they're not that brand. And I was thinking I might use these 3 hooks on the wall just behind my sewing machine to hang my 3 good pair of scissors on. I've got my 9-inch Guggenheims. Got my 10-inch LDH. And I've got my pinking shears. And I was thinking maybe I would just hang them on the wall behind my sewing machine. I mean, when I'm using them, of course, I'll have the scissors down, but when I get ready to put things up, hang them up. That way it keeps them out of the way, keeps them from getting lost or messed with. And but I think that's what I'm going to do with this. Now, before I show you the last thing I bought at the Dollar Tree, I do want to show you one thing. I found this at a thrift shop a while back. And right now I'm storing my elastic in it. I've just got elastic. I've got a lot of elastic. And the bottom shelf, let me pull that out. I've got some elastic that's never been opened. But I mean, there's so many things you could use this for. But I found it at the thrift shop. I don't remember what I paid for it, but I think it was under $5. It was pretty inexpensive. And so I've had that for a while. Now, I do want to show you the last thing I bought at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. It was this pom-pom maker. I already taken it out of the package, but it is a pom-pom maker. Directions weren't so great, but let me show it to you. It's plastic. You get what you pay for. So you just pull them out like so. Okay, so you got two. So you hold them like this, and you just take your yarn and you just wrap it around. And over here, you take the yarn and wrap it around. And then when you close it up, after you wrap a yarn around it, there's also a little pin in here, and it needs to be pushed in. Like I said, you get what you pay for. It's supposed to push in tighter because you put your scissors and you cut here. But when I did this, this thing went in a lot tighter. And so, yeah, it's not really wanting to go in. Can you see that? There's like a pin in there. It's supposed to close all together so these things are together. And then you take your scissors and you cut. And then you take it apart. I might break it. What I'm saying is don't go buy one of these at your Dollar Tree. Yeah, see, it comes apart. And then you pull your pom-pom off of it. I wonder if I can get that to close all the way. I know you can buy some really cool pom-pom makers probably on Amazon or any other place. Certainly not the Dollar Tree, because this one is just really not, yeah, see, it's not one to come together. So anyway, I did make one. So this was, I think it's junk. But I did make one. But look how little this pom-pom is. It's a little bitty thing. So if you want a little bitty one, but listen, I wouldn't recommend buying this because I can't get the thing to go back together. It's supposed to go all the way in. So these things are flat together and that way you cut it. But yeah, like I said, you get what you pay for. You sure do. But I did want to show that to you, that you can buy this at Dollar Tree, but that is not on my recommended list of things to buy. Okay, let's see. I think that's everything I have to show you. Have you bought any sewing supplies or notions that are from an unusual place rather than your sewing center? You know, the old Joann's, that's no longer with us, but Hobby Lobby or Michael's or any of your local sewing centers. But have you bought anything from Walmart or like I did, a dollar store or a hardware store or any place else? Or maybe you found something at a garage sale. Let me know what you found. Also, if you'd like to join my Facebook group, just click the link and ask to join my group. And that way, if you did find something unusual at an unusual place, you could take a picture and post it and share it with the other ladies in my group. There's 68 in my group right now. And it's a private group. So I welcome you to go ahead and join the group. Well, that's what I have for you this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up and ring the notification bell so you'll know when my next video comes up. And I'll see y'all soon. Take care. God bless. Goodbye.